Unlike any previous versions of Windows, Windows XP 2000, Windows Vista here has what's called an instant search. It's really cool. What it does is when you click on the Start button, down at the bottom it has a Start Search field that when you start typing in what you're searching for, it'll automatically start pulling it up for you without having to click the search button, which is really nice. In fact, let me show you what I'm going to be searching before I actually start the search. I'm going to click off in a blank area and see if this makes sense. I'm going to double click on the exercise folder, and within here I have a document called Product Meeting. Now the key thing about the instant search is you think normally when you do a search you're just searching for the name of the document, okay? But instant search not only searches for the name of the document but also the contents within the document, any tags that you've added to the document as we talked about in the previous training videos, and also the properties of the document. So for example, if I double click and open up the document, within the document here's the content, gummy bears, okay? I'm going to search for that. Going to close out of the document, close out of the folder, click on the Start button, and click in the Start Search field and type in gum. You see as I start typing it automatically filters out all the files that are available above. Like there's gum, so it's saying that these spreadsheets and those documents have at least the word gum in there, maybe in their tags or in the actual document or spreadsheet. But if I continue typing, it filters out, so there's only, well, 3 remaining documents. Now, is this an error on Windows Vista part? Is triplicating it? No, not necessarily so. In fact, I know it's not, because I do have 3 product meeting documents, but they're not all within the same folder. This one could actually be within the folder on my desktop here, the exercise folder. This other one could be in the Christmas folder on my desktop. This one could actually be under another user login on the same computer that I'm working on here that has Windows Vista. How do I know? Well, first, before we go to the details to find out where these 3 documents are, I could click on one of them and open it up, which is fine, but the only problem is when I save it, am I saving a backup? Am I overwriting something? Because I have 3 documents in 3 different places. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of here and go back to my Start Search and click on Start Search and type in again gummy bears. And I want to find out where these documents are hiding. So down at the bottom you have 2 additional search options where you can search everywhere on the computer or search the internet, which we'll cover a little bit later. So I'm going to click on Search Everywhere, and it automatically pulls up all the documents that have gummy bears on my computer. Right now I just got me as a user login for training. I also have other user logins on the same computer, so it's searched everywhere. And if you recall, the file I was looking for is product meetings, okay? So product meetings, I'm looking over here, and you see I got a product meeting in the folder Word 2007. I also have it on the desktop. I also have it in a folder called Windows Vista. I also have it on the desktop, but you see, even though it has it on desktops, it's saying, but which user login has it on their desktop? Well, Dreamforce has it when they log in, and also the training, a user login, has it on their desktop as well, but in the exercise folder. I'm on the training side. I can go ahead and double click and open it up here within the search field, close out, or just know that, hey, this is on the desktop, on the user login training, close out, and it's on the desktop exercise folder here, double click. There it is, the product meeting, as we already went over, and you can double click and it's right there, gummy bears. And close out. Another cool thing about the instant search is that not only is it on the Start button here, okay, but it's also in any folder that you open up in the upper right hand corner. There it is, search. So if I click in here and I start typing gummy bears, I mean, look at that. You're less confused because it's not searching the whole computer. It's just searching within a folder. So, for example, if you had 50,000 files within this folder and you have 100,000 in another folder, you don't want to search both folders if you know that, gosh, I know it's in this folder. Just open it up. Come up here in the upper right hand corner, type in the keywords, let it do the search for you. Now when you're done and you're finished, just go ahead and click on that little X and it removes the search filter and you're back to normal here. Well, let's head back to our Start Search button again. I'm going to close out of here and click on Start and then type in gummy bears. And then if I search everywhere, like I said, it brings everything up. Not only that, but I can save my search. If I save my search, I'm going to go ahead and click Save Search. I can type in the name of the search, so I don't have to keep typing it in over and over again. There's my gummy bears, and I can delete this side to the left side of that little dot and type in gummy bears 2 or gummy bear flavors. Make up a keyword search that you know, and I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And so anytime that I need an instant search, let me close out of here and let me show you how you can do it. For example, now I want to go ahead and use that saved search feature. You can go ahead and double click on any folder, and if you're not like me, you see I got rid of the navigation bar over here, and that's where the Save Search would be pulling up. So you can click on Organize, go down to Layout, and bring up the navigation pane. and then click on the More button, and there's your searches. See, I can click on the searches here, and it brings up a list of my searches over to the right hand side, which was gummy bears flavors. If I double click on that, it automatically brings it up. Now you notice how I said my navigation bar wasn't showing up over here? I had to click on Organize to Layout to bring up the navigation pane. Well, if I remove it, how do I execute or activate my saved searches? Do I have to change it every time I lay out? Click on this, go down to Layout, bring up Navigation, and then once I bring it up, go back and then hide it again? No, that's too annoying. In fact, what I do, after I set up how I want to view my folders without the navigation pane, let me close out. What you can do instead is use Windows Explorer. For example, you know how I double click, open it up, there's no navigation pane because I set it that way? When I close out, if I right click on any folder and I go to Windows Explorer or explore that folder, by default automatically it ignores my settings and brings up the navigation pane. So that way I don't have to toggle back and forth. Just know that anytime you right click and go to Explore, by default it's going to bring up the navigation pane, because Windows Explorer is thinking, hey look, if you want to explore something, you want to be able to bring up shortcuts, the navigation pane, to do searches, because you really don't know where you're going, you're exploring. So it wants to help out. Okay, so what I can do is I can click on the drop down arrow to More and do Searches, okay, and it automatically dumps me into my search folder, and I can just double click on gummy bears flavors and it automatically brings up those search results, which is fantastic. And of course you can also save your searches. So if I close out and I double click the exercise folder and I do a search up here for gummy bears as well, you can click on the Save Search button here. So it's not only available in the Start Search menu when you search everywhere, but it's also available within the folders themselves after you type in the instant search field up above. You also have the Advanced Search feature here, but that will be in the next training video. And if I want to go ahead and delete my saved searches, that's easy. Just make sure that you close out, and for me, just right click and go to Explore, come down and get More and do my searches. And then just go ahead and right click on gummy bears and delete it. Left click and say yes, I want to throw it to the garbage can, and it's no longer in my saved searches, and then close out. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel, get notified of the latest videos, and for only $2 a month you can have access to all my Microsoft Office training videos.